Hello, welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter Loosemore and you join me for a mechanisms video where I take some of the language that we use for how board games work and try and explain the terms, giving some context and maybe giving some suggestions as well for games that you may want to play in that genre. Today I want to look at one of the most common, one of the most popular mechanisms that I haven't talked about yet. This is tile laying or tile placement, made popular by games like Carcassonne, which is one of the biggest, what we call gateway games or welcoming games that draw people in, that have this kind of simple accessibility but a lot of fun and good choices in there as well. This is going to take a few videos to talk about a couple of different categories within tile placement, because a lot of variation has emerged over the years. But this one I just want to kind of lay down the basics of how I understand tile placement. And tile placement or tile laying is the centre thing of it. You place, either in a communal area or on a personal player board or something, a tile. Now this usually is a cardboard shape of some description, often a square, sometimes a hexagon, sometimes a Tetris-y looking shape, and you place it somewhere for the purpose of benefiting yourself. Now at the core of it is usually at least one of two choices. Games will either present you with which tile do you want to place and / or, so not all of them give you both choices, where do you want to place it. And we'll start with the where, because that's usually the one that's more important, and will inform the which. Games will score tiles in different ways. Sometimes you're just filling up your board and so you want the most convenient shaped tile. Sometimes there are domino style rules, like in Carcassonne that I mentioned, where you have to match the size for it to fit. And so you're choosing, actually, this tile that I've got, where can it go? Let's put it in one of those. It could be adjacency scoring, so actually matching 2 or 3 different types of things together in this map, in this area, in this whatever you're building, matters. And actually having something near something else or within 2 or 3 of something else matters. So the where kind of informs then if there is a what or a which choice, whatever I've said. Knowing what you want to achieve within the game. So say I'll do a separate video on each subcategory of tile placement, and each will usually demand something different in terms of this. But then if they give you a which choice, it's usually from a pool. It's not from here's all of the tiles, figure it out. It's usually 1, 2 or 3 choices that you go, well, they're similar, but actually this one gives me a slightly better thing, so let's put this one here. Now, like most of the mechanisms that we talk about, this can either be a core central mechanism, or it can be just something that you do on the side. The game Tapestry, just over my shoulder, there we go. One of the elements that you can do is exploring, which is just putting tiles out on the board that you want to benefit you, and you get points from how many sides match, and potentially it gives you a free resource or a card or something from it. So some games use tile placement as just an element within a wider medley of mechanisms. But some of the ones that we're going to talk about over the next few videos, like Carcassonne, like Patchwork, like many of these others, it is kind of the core of what you're doing. And so I'm going to talk about those more because they'll just make it clearer how each of these works. I might then give suggestions of other games that use these as an element, but as a core mechanism, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. So I do hope you join me for it. I'd love to hear your suggestions of tile placement games that you know already, that you've tried, that you enjoyed, or have heard about and want to get to know. But we'll be talking about it more in the coming videos. I hope you join me for it. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you don't already, and hitting the bell icon so you stay updated when I put out new things. Do find me on social media. It's great to be in contact with some of you guys. So thank you, and I hope to see you again. I've been Dieter for Win Some Loosemore. Goodbye.